Nikola Jokic is one of the coolest NBA superstars. Jokic is a player that's mostly focused on basketball and helping his team win. He's usually not the guy that tries to get under his opponent's skin or start a fight. However, with all the hard fouls on him and all the stress he goes through when trying to get the Nuggets over the edge every once in a while, the Joker can lose his temper. And when he does, you better run. Because as cool and chill as he can be, Jokic is just as scary when mad. There's probably a reason why there's a saying, "Don't mess with the Serbs." For example, in a series tie between the Suns and the Nuggets in the 2023 Western Conference semifinals, as usual for a tied series, Game 5 is the crucial game no team wants to lose. The team that wins Game 5 in a tied series usually goes on to win the matchup. Game 5 wasn't the best for the Suns. Playing on the road, the team supporting cast didn't contribute as much on the floor. While KD and D-Book did their thing, the bench only added 26 points to the Suns' total, and to no one's surprise, the Suns fell short to the Nuggets 118-102. This performance definitely had the players filled with frustration during the game. With half a minute to go in the third quarter, Bruce Brown tried to break into the Suns' huddle. Bruce got shoved out of the way by KD, so after that, the Joker tried to do the same as he looked over the Suns' huddle. This time Durant was even more furious, and he shoved him away as well. Jokic, being as experienced as he is, overreacted to the shove, causing a reaction from the fans as well. All of this happened in front of one of the referees, so Durant immediately got hit with a technical foul. KD pretty much got set up by the Joker. Guess we could say this is one of the tricks up the Joker's sleeve. In a game between the Miami Heat and Denver Nuggets, after a Bam Adebayo miss, Nikola Jokic grabbed the defensive rebound and started dribbling the ball up the court for a Nuggets fast break. Markieff Morris fouled him at half court in order to stop the fast break. As Markieff was frustrated that there was no call for Adebayo, he fouled Jokic a bit too hard, throwing a forceful elbow hit to Jokic's ribs. Jokic didn't like this foul by Morris one bit, and he didn't plan on holding back. He ran at Markieff full speed and shoved him from behind. This hit from Jokic was no joke, as both players got ejected from the game, and Markieff earned himself a spine injury from the shove as well. There was a tweet highlighting that Markieff Morris was going to miss his 30th consecutive game, to which Markieff responded, "Ain't get wild about it. It's a real injury. Imagine having a 300-pound sloppy fat boy run full speed and make direct contact with your spine." I'll be back soon, like I said. Well, next time, Markieff, at least be more careful who you play dirty and act tough against, because the Joker's not one you want to mess with. In the 2021 Western Conference semifinals, the Nuggets got swept by, guess who, the Phoenix Suns. In the third quarter of Game 4, with the Nuggets down by 20, Jokic's frustration went through the roof after he didn't get the call on an 11-foot jumper. Michael Bridges grabbed the rebound and passed the ball to Cameron Payne. In frustration, Jokic wound up and tried to slap the ball away from Payne, but caught Payne in the face. With Payne down on the floor, Devin Booker got into it with Jokic. After things calmed down, the refs reviewed the play and assessed a flagrant 2 foul on Jokic and ejected him from the game. Before leaving the court, Jokic went over to Cam Payne and appeared to apologize. After the game, he publicly apologized, saying that he didn't mean to do what he did and acted that way due to frustration and anger. We're back in the year 2023 and another playoff series between the Nuggets and Suns. This time, the Nuggets have a 2-1 series lead over the Suns, and Nikola Jokic is dominating in Game 4. The Nuggets' big man scored a remarkable 53 points to go along with 11 assists, but Denver still didn't manage to get the road win over the Suns, falling to a 129-124 loss. After scoring an NBA playoff career high, you would think that Jokic would be the major talking point from Game 4, and you'd be right. But the talking wouldn't be for the reasons you might have expected, because late in the second quarter, the ball bounced towards the courtside seats with Suns wing Josh Okogie and Nuggets guard Jamal Murray looking to track it down. The pair were unsuccessful in their attempts, with Okogie flying into the front row. Jokic then trotted over to get the ball back in play for his team. A fan appeared to hold on to the ball, thwarting Jokic's plans. But this was not just any supporter. It was Phoenix Suns owner Matt Ishbia. Jokic wrestled the ball out of Ishbia's hands, sending it further into the crowd. The Suns owner then appeared to put his hand on Jokic, who pushed back, resulting in the 43-year-old flailing back into his seat. The Joker received a technical foul for his behavior, and the league was up to decide whether he was going to play in Game 5 or not. Matt Ishbia didn't want that to happen, as he publicly said that he understood why Jokic acted the way he did, and just hoped that he would be able to play in Game 5 so we could all watch another great game. Jokic said that he would do the same thing against anybody in the Phoenix Suns camp. That's what I like to do. Keep the game going. I just wanted to make fun at least a little bit. and I was hoping he was going to pay my fine, but nah. Jokic didn't get any suspensions from the league and played in Game 5. He managed to make a statement as well, dropping 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 12 assists for a huge Denver Nuggets win over the Suns. The Nuggets would go on to win the series in 6 and head to the Western Conference Finals. In the first quarter of a regular season game between the Orlando Magic and Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic didn't get a call even though he was clearly slapped multiple times while he attacked in the post. Frustrated because of the obvious referee mistake, Jokic ran at Terrence Ross, who got the rebound and slapped him. The slap's intention was clearly to send a message to the referee, and what a message it sent. The referee obviously got scared from this move by Jokic and flinched hard. Obviously, this caused a reaction from the Magic players, but it wasn't until the next quarter that Terrence Ross returned a hard foul on Jokic. This was without a doubt a revenge play for Ross, who intentionally grabbed Jokic when the Joker tried to attack the rim. Even though this was a hard foul by Ross, it didn't get a reaction from Jokic, as he probably knew what he did in the first quarter was wrong and probably the reason why Terrence acted the way he did later in the second. After the game, Ross went to Twitter and said, "Jokic did that to me too this year. Literally slapped the black off of me. At least there's no hard feelings about it. Let's look at it that way." In a playoff matchup between the Portland Trail Blazers and Denver Nuggets in the 2019 Western Conference semifinals, the Nuggets were up by 20+ entering the fourth quarter of Game 5. With the series tied at 2 apiece, both teams played hard until the very last minute despite the score difference at the start of the fourth. Because as we said previously, whoever wins Game 5 probably goes on to win the series. After a Seth Curry three-pointer, Jokic took the ball up the court and attacked Myers Leonard in the post. He tried to attack early before the defense sets, and Leonard did everything he could to prevent it, pushing and shoving him on multiple occasions. This didn't manage to stop Jokic as he still got a good shot off and was fouled in the act of shooting with yet another push from Leonard. The Joker didn't like that one bit, and ran at Myers and started talking trash to him. He was immediately pushed back by the other Portland players and the refs, and things quickly went back in order. The Nuggets managed to maintain the lead, winning the game and taking a 3-2 series lead. However, they managed to lose both Game 6 and 7 and were knocked out of the 2019 playoffs. The Lakers and Nuggets faced each other in the 2020 NBA playoffs in the bubble. With a 2-0 series lead, the Nuggets were in a do-or-die situation in Game 3, and they were ready to go into battle for the win. So they hustled for every loose ball, trying to gain an edge over the Lakers. In the middle of the second quarter, after Dwight knocked the ball out of Jokic's hands, the two big men ran after the ball, and Howard pushed away Jokic in an attempt to beat him to the ball. He was called for a foul and didn't like the decision, thinking it was an easy call. Dwight got a technical for his reaction, and Jokic tried trash-talking his way into forcing Dwight to get another one. Dwight and Jokic exchanged a couple of words, but nothing happened, except that Dwight was a little too hyped when he guarded Jokic on the next Nuggets throw-in. Jokic got deep into JaVale McGee's head, but didn't manage to do so with Dwight, who was the other defensive stopper for Nikola. Obviously, Jokic is a pretty chill player, but every now and then things might escalate with him due to frustration caused from no calls or bad performances. As much as you want to be around the guy when he's in his element, you don't want to be around him when he's furious. So let's try to not make the Joker angry because everybody's happier when he's doing his magic on the basketball court instead of causing trouble on it.